Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 8 of Civilization Beyond Earth. I've managed to set up my 4th outpost, which is going to be my 4th city when it eventually pops to size. I'm trying to find a space for my 5th one. Originally I really wanted this tile here, but it was one tile too close to Camp Cascade to do it. I could just destroy Camp Cascade, but I am trading with it and I'd prefer not to get rid of it at this point. And putting my city here would have blocked the African Union from trying to get to it, although my borders will still do that anyway. What I'm going to try and do is settle on top of the Ferrac site. Worst case scenario, I can't settle there at all. Second worst case scenario is it just means that I lose the Ferrac site. Obviously, I won't get the +3 science from the tile, but it is going to be a really good spot to settle. I'm going to have wrestling, I'm going to have Ferrac site here, geothermal, tubers, titanium, more wrestling. Will be within range of the algae there. 1, 2, 3. We'll get the basalt. Unfortunately, we won't get the geothermal, but we wouldn't have done that anyway. So I think that is going to be a really, really good spot to grab. But we're not going to find out until the next turn whether or not it is possible. Still not particularly happy about the African Union and what they're doing with all these units around here. I've still got a feeling they're trying to take out Camp Cascade and they just can't work out a way of getting to it, which is a little bit strange. So we currently have 3 Ferrac site. We don't have any more sort of set up. So if I go ahead and found the outpost here, yeah, the Ferrac site tile will be replaced. Yeah, so we don't actually get the Ferrac site by setting it up there. The reason I wanted to try that is because in Civilization 5, if you build a city on a strategic resource, you still get the strategic resource. And the reason it does that is because, obviously, you can't see a strategic resource until you get the tech for it. So if you put down a city and there ends up being a strategic resource there, you still get it. Even if you can see it, you will still get it. It doesn't apply to luxury resources, but obviously Ferrac site isn't a luxury resource. There are no luxury resources in Beyond Earth. But the thing is, Ferrac site, floatstone, and xenomast, you can see them all from the start of the game. So maybe it's different if you build it on top of titanium, geothermal, or petroleum, which you need tech to see, even though I don't because I chose it as my perk for the beginning of the game. But either way, I only lost 2 Ferrac site. Well, I didn't lose it because I never had it, but that 2 Ferrac site is gone, 3 Ferrac site is gone. I will get some from here, and overall it's still a better spot for a city. There's also 2 Ferrac site there as well, but we will be getting more Ferrac site as the game goes on. You're actually going to come over here because there's 7 Ferrac sites, so we're definitely going to go ahead and get that connected. You're going to heal up and guard that place. And let's go on to the next turn.
Was ever ruined by trade.
Yeah, you want mutual open borders. I wonder why that is. Where are you trying to get to? What are you trying to do? I don't trust you. I have no reason to open my borders with you. I'm not going to open my borders with you. Positive 5 health, which is good. It's not giving us any bonuses yet, but it will do once we get up beyond +10. And we will do. We will get there. Unit needs orders. You're just going to sit there. New updates in the quest log. Create a trade route with Camp Cascade. I thought we already had a trade route with Camp Cascade. Not sure why it says we don't. Trade convoy. Camp Cascade. That was weird. Plus 20% yield trade with K-Gungan for 20 turns. Fair enough. Not going to complain about that. It's just, I think sometimes the quests in this game are a little bit weird. It looks like the KP is actually moved to the top of the score table now. It's only 4 points above the PAC and only a total of 8 points above me. So we're all quite close as far as score goes right now. It's not terribly different from one another. Do I want an auto plant? 3 production and 1 energy from internal or station routes. Yeah, we should get one really. Next turn. And again, the more buildings we build, the more positive health we're going to be. So we're actually at +7 now, which gives us an extra 2% production in cities. Really nice. And what have we got to do? Ainsa has finished whatever it was building. Do I want the ultrasonic fence? I mean, I don't need it, but it's an extra building. Let's go for the thorium reactor, though. An extra 3 energy. And again, it's an extra building, so it will give us an extra 0.25... is it 0.25 health? 0.2 health. So it gives us, so basically every 5 buildings give you 1 health. We definitely want to get that Ferrac site connected. We've done that farm. I think what I want to do now is actually move you down and get that fruit connected up. This is actually going to be a really good city. I mean, 2 sources of xenomass, a source of titanium, a coral source, a resilin source. Are we going to be close enough to this Firaxite? It's only 3 Firaxite, but both Liqueur and Fidel are too far away. Could potentially put another city down here somewhere. We will have a little bit of a look later. In fact, there's no reason we can't actually trek through and have a look now just to see what's down there. Probably more aliens, but we'll have a look anyway. I might get the ultrasonic fence here. No, I don't want to give you anything. I might get the ultrasonic fence here just to make sure that aliens don't pop up on top of the xenomass. So we'll have to see how it goes. Is there miasma in this fruit tile? Don't think there is, but we're going to need to heal this guy up. Choose production. Prosperity has finished its gene garden. We do have Firaxite, so let's go ahead and get the observatory. It'll give us an extra +1 science from the Firaxite, so that's going to make the Firaxite even more useful. We're only 9 turns away from another virtue as well. Let's go ahead and have a bit of a look down here. I can see we've got a ARC combat rover down here as well. Panopticon institution. Still don't think anyone's got the precog project yet. Would be nice to get though, of course, because it's an extra 15% combat strength in friendly territory, so it is good when you are defending. We can move into there, then we'll heal up. Let's go ahead and... haven't had a single satellite yet, actually. Did it? Oh, did I get a solar collector very early on? I think there may have been a solar collector. Let's go ahead here and... what do we want? Let's get another tac jet or 2. We can certainly do with them. And we'll have a look down here and see what we've got. Trade convoy. Look at that. 1 production, 7 science, and 3 culture. Now, what we can do is when we get our next virtue, we can actually put it into 6 energy per station tier. Now, we're trading with 2 stations, and each of those stations are tier 3. So we get 18 energy per turn from each of them. So an extra 36 energy per turn would be a real bonus to us right now. PAC has finished the crawler, which is basically a wonder that allows you to build other wonders more quickly. It's a little bit of a strange thing. Quest decision. +3 energy from Gene Gardens or +1 health from Gene Gardens. That's a very difficult decision, actually. +3 energy is a lot. I think they've actually changed a lot of these quests because before they were very obvious. You get 2 choices and one choice was always clearly the right choice. And I wish these sound effects would just stop constantly firing in the background. One was always the obvious choice to go for. Now, obviously, I'm building Gene Gardens for energy, for health. I'm already at +9 health, but what you've got to remember is you do have a health cap in each city, which is the total number of citizens. So if we look at Liqueur, for example, Liqueur has buildings worth 8 health, but it has 12 citizens, so I could get more in there. Prosperity is capped. We have 8 health in Prosperity and 8 citizens. Even if I was to build another health building here, I wouldn't gain anything from it because it's capped at the local health. Same goes with Ainsa here as well. So I think what I'm going to do is take that +3 energy, because currently we're only making 13, which is not a lot. So if we go for that, we're now making +26. We've just doubled our income. So that is a very, very useful thing. Now, we do have some manticores down here. We're not going to win against them in a fight. Although our boat could... How are you out of moves? You've moved like 2 tiles. Let's move you back a little. You're going to heal up, and then we'll get you to upgrade that fruit. So 6 turns away from collaborative thought. That will give us another level in supremacy. Put us up to level 3. That'll mean roads and mag rails don't cost any energy to maintain, which isn't going to be much of a problem for us anyway. The only purpose... Oh, there it goes, attacking the boat. The only purpose to building roads and mag rails for us would be for moving units around more quickly. Agent detected. Failed some siphoning there. That is a little bit of a pain. We'll try again, though. Choose production at Liqueur. Do we want a vivarium? So that's a +2 food. We might as well. It's a building, after all. Let's go for 1 here as well. Fidel has now been founded. That is fantastic. Let's go straight ahead and get the Old Earth Relic. We'll go Old Earth Relic into Trade Depot, unless the happiness starts to fall too much. Actually do a fair amount of damage against that Manticore. You are just going to fortify there. I think that's the end of the island anyway. So the question is, do I actually want to build anything down there? The answer is probably not, but it's well worth having a look at it as well. We're going to rebase to Prosperity. We might see if we can get one over to this city. Again, it is coastal, so it will connect up.
No village was ever ruined by trade.
You want to give me one favour for one geothermal and open borders. How about no? This is one of the things that I really am a little bit disappointed about on Beyond Earth, is you really don't need to worry too much about the diplomacy. As far as trade goes anyway. Yeah, we won't settle near you in the future. Obviously, he considers this being near him. I guess it kind of is. I'm not going to settle any closer than that anyway. I'm happy with where it was. We managed to siphon energy, actually making quite a lot of money now. Let's go ahead and let's try and steal some science from him now if we can. Actually, that'd be quite nice. Let's go ahead and get the network here for 3 science and 1 culture. That's going to be really good for us. Trade convoy. Right, now do we continue trading with Ainsa, or do we go and trade with Fidel and help it to grow? Well, we'd get 9 production back and we'd give it 2 food. So let's go ahead and do that for the time being. That will help it grow. This is quite soon going to be a city. Now, are there any tiles that we're going to want to rush by? We can't work the geothermal anyway, and we can't buy the tile. And I don't think he's going to beat us to the basalt, so we should be okay here. You're going to take another pot shot at that Manticore. Hopefully the Manticore is going to be weak enough that it can't do an awful lot of damage to us. We will move the Explorer right next to it. There's another source of titanium down here. I still don't know if that's worth founding a city there for. I don't think it is. Like I said, I'm not likely to found an additional city unless I find an area that's really, really good. Quest complete. We are kind of getting a lot towards purity here, which is not the way I'm going for, but we're getting some culture, we're getting some science. Level 3 purity gives us additional strength when attacking or defending against aliens, which is nice. It does also mean that we can upgrade our sort of combat rovers, which doesn't make a lot of difference really, because we, you know, don't have any. Quest decision. +2 city strength from observatories or +2 naval movement. I'm going to go for the city strength because cities are quite weak and it's nice to give them a little bit of extra strength. Vivarium is complete. Do we really want to build any? Let's go and get a launch complex, because if we have any satellites, they're likely to be around the capital. We can also move that ranger back in there as well. Now then, do I want to... Let's first of all get rid of this Manticore, because it's a pain in the hoop. Now, I could settle a city. No, that'd be too close to Fidel. 1, 2, 3. I was thinking a city there would be good because it could get both of those sources of Firaxite. The best spot to settle would actually be here, and we can't because there's a canyon. If we settled here, we'd be coastal. We'd get the Firaxite, the algae, and the fibres. We'd get the floatstone. We could work that titanium, although Fidel will probably be working that. 1, 2, 3. We would miss out on this 2 Firaxite, but we would get this titanium. So the only thing I'd really be gaining is a unique source of fibre, which is a basic luxury, a basic resource anyway. I'd gain 2 floatstone, which I don't really think I need. And we are having a little bit of happiness issues right now. So I think for the time being, we will actually leave that be. Trade convoy. We'll continue trading to Magan, try and keep them happy. And go on to the next turn. So we're on turn 185. Still a little bit early to be thinking about victory conditions, but we'll see where we go. Let's start moving this guy back. I don't see any reason to hang around this corner. It is possible one of the other AIs could come and set up a city down here, but I don't really think it's going to benefit them all that much. 1, 2, 3. We won't be able to reach the Ferrax site here. 1, 2, 3. I would like to buy that coral, because Magan could technically expand their borders that far. I don't think they're going to. But hey, they've got no chance of getting it now, so we're fine. Let's get launch complexes everywhere. We'll get some more workers out quite soon as well. You're going to come back to friendly territory and heal up. Trade convoy is going to continue wherever it was going before. Should actually have a look and see if we've got the ability to trade with any new stations. I haven't seen any coastal stations. Although, what have we got over here? Oh, we've got a resource pod over there now. We might have to go and have a look and see if that's still there. We know there was a wolf beetle up there. But we might be able to get that. Providing there aren't too many sea dragons around, of course, which there are bound to be because, you know, sea dragons, they're really, really annoying. Let's try and get you all the way over to... I don't know. Let's try and get you over to here at some point. You've got that Ferrax site connected up. Do we want to go and get the petroleum? We might as well. I mean, we would lose some health, but we've still got some more health buildings that we can build. Or do we want to get the silica first? I think I might want to get the silica. Let's go ahead and buy that tile. So we'll go ahead and do that. On to the next turn. Just want to really wait with the petroleum until I've got a decent amount of positive health here. One turn away from collaborative thought, and then we'll be able to see if the precog project is still available. There we go. We've got that now. Another level of supremacy. Liqueur is one turn away from the launch complex. We'll let that finish. We'll choose another research. What would I like to go for next? I think we'll go for the tactical robotics so we can get our cinders. One of our first supremacy specific unit. And now we're actually getting, you know, we've got 10 Ferraxite now, so we can actually start building a few of those units. Well, we will need to be level 24, but we'll get level 4, but we'll get that when we get this next technology. Liqueur, precog project, 10 turns. Yes, please. Prosperity, thorium reactor, you might as well. Again, it doesn't cost any maintenance. It gives us 3 energy per turn. And on top of that, it also will give us an extra point to health because of our virtue. One turn away from another virtue as well, which is really nice. Down to 16 energy per turn again, so we can develop a virtue. And it's tempting to take a level 1 virtue. I mean, 5 energy in the capital is good, but at the moment, this one is going to be better. So it'll take us up from plus 16 to plus 55. That also gives us an extra 10% production in every city because we've just completed this synergy bonus as well. So that's a really nice thing. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. It's actually already shaved a turn off the precog project. What are you going to do? Let's go ahead and get another worker. Definitely short on workers. You're going to build a mine up here. And on to the next. We will need to get workers out onto these tiles as well. I think what I might do is buy a worker over here and buy this titanium tile and instantly start working that tile. So choose production over here. We've finished the old earth relic. I would like to get the trade depot up and running as soon as possible. But do I want to get some additional health? Let's get the Cyto Nursery first, because it will give us extra production. You can just stay on alert mode. And then we'll get the trade depot up and running. It is a shame that you can't just purchase trade depots anymore. In fact, if I could have purchased a trade depot, that is what I would have done. So, in fact, I'm going to change my mind. I know I've already sunk 1 turn of production into it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to change production to the trade depot, and I will actually purchase the Cytonic Nursery. So, that gives us a little bit, well, 0 happiness now, but we'll see how things go. So, do we want +2 energy from thorium reactors or +1 production? Well, we are building it for energy, so let's go for more energy. Now we're up to +62. That is very good. Prosperity. You can make for me... Let's get some armour. Let's get a few. Now we've got some money coming in and we can afford to maintain a little bit of an army. Let's start getting a few units here and there. I think we could also do with a few more marines. That wouldn't be a bad idea. You have just founded, so you're going to do your old Earth Relic. That's also why we've just had a sudden drop in health, by the way. So let's go ahead in here and purchase... Do we want the Gene Garden? Or do we just go straight for a Farmer Lab? +3 health. Let's get the Farmer Lab. So that helps a little bit. I mean, well, it won't make a lot of difference now because it only gave me +1 health because I only have 1 population. But when it grows, it will grow with it. So we'll be good for a few more spurts of growth. Unit needs orders. Worker. Did we just produce you? I guess we probably did. What do we want to do with you? More farms? I guess we could go and get this algae connected up. That wouldn't be a terrible idea. Covert agent promoted. What have we managed to do this time around? Covert agent killed. We actually killed a KTP agent in Liqueur. Very, very nice. To short this... Oh, it's just a quest decision. I see. Quest decision. So... +1 science from vivariums or +1 food from vivariums. Well, mostly the reason you build them is for the food. So let's carry on with the food for that one. One thing I did say that I was going to do and then completely forgot about was going over here and purchasing another worker. And also purchasing... Whoops. Purchasing the titanium tile. Which is that one. It's difficult unless you... By the way, if you've got the mouse... over something, it doesn't always zoom in and out, but if you actually move it over an empty tile, you can zoom in and out. Just makes it a lot easier to see which of these tiles that the button relates to. But that's good now. I've actually bought that titanium tile, and titanium tiles give you a lot of production, which is great for a growing city. We'll do one more turn, and then we'll call that the end of the video. What are you doing? You're actually trying to work your way over in that direction, so we will carry on with that. And you're going to work on the algae. Algae is nowhere near as good as coral, by the way, but it's not too bad.
The body may fail.
Yeah, we'll overlook it on this one instance. Not that it'll make any difference. Still a lot of African Union troops just, well, mostly standing around in miasma, to be honest, but it's still a little bit annoying. We're never going to be able to work that wrestling, so I'm not too bothered about that. We may have to take out the Slavic Federation at some point, just because they are cramping my style a little bit. This worker's going to go over here, and we will get that worked. And that is all I can do on this turn, so I am going to call the video there. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Civilization Beyond Earth. I'm still having a really great time with it, and as I've always said, I do enjoy the game. I still don't think it's quite as good as Civilization 5. I don't think it is in depth. It certainly has a few questionable design decisions, and there are a few bugs and little bits and pieces that don't seem to work as well as they could do or should do. But overall, I still think it is a fun game to play. And if you are familiar with the Civ franchise, particularly Civ 5, if this is something that interests you, particularly with the alien planet and the aliens and the space theme, it's a game you'll pick up very, very easily because it plays very, very similar to the way Civ 5 does. But if, like as I've said before, if you're completely new to the Civilization franchise, I would go for Civilization 5. A Brave New World, because I just think it is a better experience. Beyond Earth lacks a certain character, in my opinion. A lot of the buildings, the leaders, the wonders, they're not very memorable like it is in Civilization 5. But either way, I don't regret my purchase. I bought it when it first came out, paid full price for it. Well, I think I got a slight discount from Green Man Gaming or something. But overall, I don't regret it at all. I've had a great time playing it, and I'm really looking forward to finishing this series. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. And I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.